Hi and welcome to this new timeless reading. Let's take a look at what frequency is currently downloading and activating in the field. And it's going to be in three cards. The first one is more details. The second one is what can we let go of. And the third one is advice. So let's see. And we have the Four of Pentacles. In the Four of Pentacles, I'm getting it's a form of shielding, outwards shielding of your frequency that is now available, in the sense that you know how at times we'd be hearing you have to like cleanse yourself, clear yourself, put yourself in a light bubble or whatever. And I never was a huge fan of this, even if I kind of used it at critical times, I'd say, because why can't it be freaking permanent? Why can't you just like have it work? It's because otherwise it feels like how I see it is like you have access to a car, but sometimes you have to do maintenance on the car. Sometimes you can be in the car. Sometimes you can't find the car. Like, what the heck? Just let me drive. And this feels a lot more like that. It's like your activated like Taurus field gets strong enough to provide you with permanent shielding. And that shielding is, I'm getting a selection process. It gets more open or welcoming when energies are likewise, and it kind of repels what is not supposed to come near you. And honestly, it should be like this for every living being. But the way we're growing up is a lot of the times we're broken down into doing things for other people, because a lot of circumstances we are born into or grew up in are imbalanced. And then that it's not necessarily just only like the family unit. I mean, like the school system, like so many other things, like you kind of get the idea. And that kind of puts you off kilter on purpose, chips at you. It's making you imbalanced in ways that, you know, like this should be from birth. And also what I'm seeing is that now that children are born more advanced, that the overall frequency is more supportive of higher frequency souls incarnating. They come in with more of that integrated shield from very, very young, almost like from birth. Yeah, so that's very interesting, because like I always had trouble with that concept that you have to like activate like this bubble around you and all that. And I'm like, and then when it's not activated, you just get like punched in the face by life and get taken advantage of. Like, you know, just like make it work or just don't. Like, what is that? And I don't see it as a tool. Like, in personally, it never, like, people explain it as if it's a tool, but to me it's like it should be a freaking birthright to feel energetically safe. But I understand the environment makes it very difficult, because we're kind of like bombarded, and there's a lot of variables that benefit from us not being centered and not being protected. So yeah. And now what can we release? And makes sense, it's the Two of Cups, and I'm getting codependency in that regard, because it's the aspect we're releasing and letting go of. And it makes sense, because the more your shield gets activated and strong, the less you need to like over rely on people. And in the worst cases, you kind of like overgive or betray yourself to benefit from someone's proximity or resources. And that's not the most sustainable way to go about life, sincerely, unfortunately. And I understand people have been saying a lot, we need community, this and that, and other people. Yeah, sure, but if you're not balanced and you go into connection, it's just going to be a greater imbalance. But if you show up and you already built yourself to a point where you're the most fully functional you can show up as, then starting community makes a lot more sense and takes it to a completely different level, and it's more sustainable and it's a lot more solid. But if everything is done from codependency and leaning on other people's resources and such, like, it's just a never ending loop, and like it can't really end well for any of the parties, because you have one person that feels like inadequate or lacking, and the other person is, like, voluntarily or not, taking advantage of the situation and having way too much control over another person. Like, why would you need that? And now, what is the advice? And it's the Five of Cups. And in the Five of Cups, what we're getting is letting go of the past. It's connected to the activation of the shield. And it's pretty much feeling as if it triggers a lot of past emotions and such, but it's just releasing and cleansing like your field, as those pockets of density and more difficult emotions were like held in your field, that would actually be magnetic to those types of associations and be more codependent. But if you release those types of various forms of grief or inadequacies or hurt and all of that, like, eventually you're in resonance with more wholeness, because you kind of like alchemize or release the pain you were holding in your field, and you won't need another individual to hold you up or compensate as you try to avoid to go through that. Like, you go through that at once and it's over. Like, once it's released, it's released. It's pretty much like if you're holding, what I'm saying is like a balloon, a helium filled balloon with a string. Once you let go of the string, the balloon's gone. That's all there is to it. And it's, the energy is redistributed where it needs to be. So yeah, that's it for now, and I hope that was interesting and resonated. Let me know.